Young or old doesn't matter, it's time to chase thunder chickens. Next on the Journal. From the north, south, east, and west, from the woodland and plains and waterways, come challenges and thrills and excitement for every member of the wilderness family. These are our stories, our adventures from the wild places, both near and far. All of our hits and misses, the memories, our time spent living the wild life. Join us. Come past the streetlights. Step into the real world. The world of the Wilderness Journal. The journal is underwritten by
The Ina Store, your Cadillac area Kubota dealer with a full lineup of Kubota tractors, utility vehicles, and equipment. For farm or food plot, it's the Ina Store in beautiful downtown Ina, Michigan. And by Mads Outdoor Products, a full-line Avalon dealer. Mads also features Featherlight trailers, livestock stalls, and chutes, as well as service, winterizing, and storage, inside or out. Mads Outdoor Product, in the center of it all, Harrison and Cadillac, Michigan. And by
With over a century of experience in the Indiana and Michigan area, Reith Riley is a full-service asphalt paving company handling commercial, industrial, and privately owned paving projects of all sizes. To learn more about Reith Riley,
and by J&J Smoked Meats, makers of ready-to-go, high-protein, low-sugar snacks. At home, or the game, anywhere, and everywhere. J&J Smoked Meat Snacks.
and by viewers like you. Thank you. Hi, friends, and welcome. Yes, you can probably see my breath. It's a little chilly here on our bend in the river, but today's adventure, full-on springtime guaranteed. Well, almost full-on. Either way, you're going to see us go out with a couple of friends. I love calling wild turkeys. If you're a regular viewer, a frequent flyer, you know I do this as often as I can. And we're going to start today's adventures with a young man that's home on leave. We're going to go up to Tustin, Michigan to hunt with Kiffin Smolligan. Rich Smolligan's boy, he's home from the Air Force for just a couple of days, and they called me up and said, hey, would you like to go out and try to help us get Kiffin a bird before he has to run back? And I said, certainly. Now after that, I'm going to go over to Harrison, Michigan, where I'm going to take out two of my very best turkey hunting buddies. Yeah, we're going to go see Tom Dewey's boys, Tommy and Mitchie, and try to get them a couple of birds before, if there's time, I'm going to go out and try to get one of my own. Hey, I'm your host, Kyle Randall. This is my Wilderness Journal, and we're chasing thunder chickens right now. It snowed that first morning, but we were set up, and fortunately we could hear and see turkeys still on the roost. Unfortunately, we could hear and see turkeys still on the roost. We were set up right in the middle of them. Finally, the birds did fly down, and I managed to call a hen right up in front of us. And with her help, we did call in a couple of toms. Unfortunately, when she decided she'd had enough and walked off the other way, yeah, so did those toms. That, friends, was a perfect spring morning. Except for the snow and setting up a little too close to the roost, my fingers freezing to the camera and not getting a bird in close enough for Kiffin to get a shot. Other than that, it was perfect. Fortunately for me, Kiffin did have one more day. So I headed back up to Tustin. We were going to go out, try it one more time, and I was figuring couldn't go worse. It wasn't even supposed to snow.
Number 2.
That last morning, we could hear birds still on the roost gobbling. But after fly down, you could tell they were going the other way. We could still hear 'em talking back, but each time it was a little farther out. And they kept going farther out until full daylight, when the only thing we heard was the building wind.
That wind comes up again. Your job's going to be to hold the blind down.
It was really windy that morning. We were hearing some toms. Unfortunately, we were hearing them getting farther and farther away. Folks, this was Kiffin's last chance, his last morning. I knew something had to change, so I decided it was time to go off script a little bit. I told the guys to wait. I stuck a diaphragm call in my mouth, and I crawled like a bug up the hill all the way to the edge of the woods, stood there, started calling. The toms started answering. Then they turned around and started running back at me. Now it was going to be a foot race to see could I get back into that blind.
Okay, they're coming. They're going to come right over that little hill. Just be ready. Hear that? Yeah, they're coming.
I just managed to outrun those toms. They actually came over the hill just as I was crawling in.
Can you see them?
I whispered to Kiffin to get ready.
See them good, Kevin.
The wind came up. Rich reached over, grabbed the blind. He was doing his job. Now I had one more job to do. I needed to coax these big boys down the hill to our decoys and get Kiffin a shot.
They're going to come. They're going to head right for that decoy when they get right out front. We'll just pick one. Just be ready. Don't stop and eat, dickhead. There's a head coming behind them. Yeah.
Friends, turkeys don't like to work downhill. They like to strut up on the top of the hill and expect the girls to come to them. I definitely had their attention. Now I just needed to reel them in. Hopefully, between the decoys moving in the wind and my dirty turkey talk, we could pull them just a little closer.
Just watch them come. This is cool.
Friends, this was intense. This is what you hope for. And then they were there. The wind was rattling the blind. Rich was holding on. It was obviously making these toms a little nervous, but it was too late. Now it was on Kiffin.
Shoot the bird on the right.
There you go, buddy. That is turkey hunting right there. Keep your eye on him.
Oh, sweet!
Watch this guy come back. Beat up on him now.
They're all hard, aren't they?
Yep. That was his best friend a second ago.
Yeah, just a second ago. That's awesome.
What do you think of that, man? Nice job.
Oh,
You nailed it. Oh, that is a turkey hunt.
That's turkey hunting right there. Watching them things come over the hill like that.
I'm sorry it took so long. We probably could have started, at about 8. Had breakfast.
You're
turkey for
You
lunch.
did. You did a great job. You held your cool, bud. You really, really did. Having to go out there and drag up a bird or two like that doesn't always. Yeah, sometimes it works.
Yeah,
Most times you get caught. I don't know when the next time you're going to get a chance to do this, so I'm glad you invited me along. And I know you were about to be blessed with your first child, and I truly hope that works out well too. But thanks for letting me go. I appreciate it. It was a good time.
It's been a good morning, Kyle. Thanks for
No, that's all right.
coming with us.
I'm glad those turkeys showed up after all I went through, because it was fixing to make me look bad.
Again.
Yeah, it was fixing. You want to go out and get a look?
I really would
You
like
got
to
a
go
tag,
take
right?
I got a tag.
Friends, as your children become adults themselves, I think you'll come to understand, as I have, of all the gifts they have given us, their time becomes the greatest.
Well, there. That is a dandy turkey. What do you think?
Boy, what a pretty bird. That's awesome.
You happy with that?
Very happy. That is really cool.
Well, good deal.
Oh, the bronzes in these feathers. That's cool.
You know, it's not every day I get to take somebody that's on active service out, because the time is limited, and I enjoy it. I was there one time, and I'm sure you'll see now with a new baby coming too, the chances get less and less for a while. So
Yeah, I very, very much cherish every single moment out here. 'Cause
Absolutely.
They are few, and just getting back to Michigan, and boy, I don't know. I was telling you, you guys this morning coming out, I was just excited to go spend some time together, and to do it and then have success as well. That's just cherry on top.
Well, Lieutenant, I salute you.
friends, it had been a great morning, but believe it or not, it still held one more surprise.
Hey, look at that. Look right there. Look right laying right there. What's that?
What do you make of that, Kiffin? Holy cow.
That's a sizable critter there, buddy.
That's good.
Hey, there's a reason to come back, eh?
Yeah.
Let's go get some breakfast, man. Nice job.
Congratulations, Kip and Smalligan. What a great hunt. It worked out so perfect. I didn't make it back to that blind with 30 seconds to spare and the birds were coming. Folks, that's not the typical hunt. Sometimes you just got to make things happen. Hey, I want to thank Rich again for helping me put that all together and for sharing his boys' time home on leave with me. Those are precious days, and I really appreciated sharing some of them, like I said. Now we're going to shift gears. We're going to head over to Harrison as promised, where Tom Dewey, my good friend, and I are going to take out his boys, Tommy and Mitchie. And if we get them a chance, this will actually be Mitchie's very first chance at a wild turkey. After getting set up, I had a chance to have some fun with the boys.
What are you doing?
Hunting turkeys.
What's your name?
Mitchell.
Mitchell what?
Dewey.
You sure?
Yeah.
You seem like you have some trepidation there.
I'm sure.
Okay. You've been turkey hunting before.
Yeah.
Yeah? How'd it work?
Didn't see it.
This would be your first turkey ever?
Mhm.
Well, I hope it works out for you. I really do. How'd you do on that hunter safety thing today?
Good.
Aced it, right?
Uh-huh.
I figured you would. You didn't use any of the answers your dad gave you, right? No, good man. And what's your name?
Tommy Dewey.
Tommy Dewey. You look familiar to me. I think you and I've been turkey hunting.
Yep.
I do recall you shot at least one turkey hunting with me.
Yep.
Yeah? Maybe shot at another one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're an old hand at this, right? I don't have to explain nothing to you. You got this. Right? You're going to shoot at the bird on the left. Your brother's going to shoot at the bird on the right if two come in, right?
Yep.
Okay, real quick. Raise your left hand. You're all out of excuses now, buddy. Good luck.
Well, after a brief pre-hunt interview, we got down to business.
Aaron, he's coming.
Dad, the safety, I push it up, right?
Forward to fire, yes.
I just haven't shot this gun.
We were hunting a piece of property that belonged to a family friend of the Deweys. And he had assured Tom that he'd seen a lot of turkeys on this property. And I do recall thinking, That was pretty good intel because it didn't take long and
I see him.
Where are they
Right beside
at? Okay.
me.
Come on, big boy. Can you see the other ones? There's more than one. Let him come. Here he comes.
I could definitely hear two different birds, but we could only see one of them, and he was kind of hanging up. And then he turned and had a hard right. He was headed off after that other tom. I figured he went over there looking for a fight. But I kept calling, hoping that at least the winner would turn and come back to us. And then he did. And he brought a friend with him. Down the far side and then up out of the draw, two great toms were working straight into the decoys. Now it was Tommy and Mitchie time. I whispered to Tommy, "Yours is the bird on the left." Tom told Mitchie to shoot the bird on the right.
Shoot him in the head. One. Take his safety off, Tom.
And
Three.
Shoot him, Mitchell.
Shoot again. Shoot him in the head. Shoot.
Shoot him in the head.
Shoot. In the head. Now you shot over him.
Shoot him in the head, Mitchell.
There you go. There's two turkeys down.
I think I did good.
You think you did good? You got a turkey. I think you did real good.
I shot the first one.
So did I.
Hey, nice job, both of you.
yes, that is just the way I planned it. Most of it.
I don't think he's going nowhere, buddy. That's not an attack turkey. He's not going nowhere. Does he have the bigger turkey or do you?
Me.
Yeah? How are you going to decide?
They're the same size.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Who's prettier?
Me.
Well, you know what? You both look really good to me. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure your dad did too. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
You did awesome.
Friends, I'll remember that one for a long time. Congratulations, Tommy and Mitchie. You guys did great. And a couple of monster toms. That was such a treat. Folks, I truly believe those boys have a very bright future in front of them in the outdoors. And I know every chance I get, I'm going to go share it with them. We had a great time. Now, speaking of time, though, that left me with just 3 days in Michigan's last turkey season. And it was supposed to rain 2 of them. So if I was going to get any time, any chance at all, I needed to get out and try to find myself a bird before it was all over. I went out in the middle of the afternoon and set up on a partly cloudy, very windy day. There were only a couple of days left, and with rain forecast for the afternoon and the next 2 days, the last 2 days of the spring turkey season, this was really the only chance I'd have. As I oftentimes do, I was hunting alone, so I didn't take a blind. I just took a small camo umbrella and used it to hide behind, more or less. But with the shotgun and the camera and tripod and the backpack and decoys, well, you get the idea. Still, it's always worth trying, and I figured the worst that could happen was I'd get a suntan and maybe a nap. Fortunately, that was not to be. I started calling, and I instantly had responses. One from behind me, one out in front of me, at least one hen off to my left. Somehow I'd managed to set up right in the middle of a bunch of them.
There's 2 toms coming and a hen behind me. But I think that tom's gonna get here first. He sounds louder.
First I could hear him. Then I could see him a little. And then finally, showtime. I was hoping my decoys would pull him a little closer, make the shot a little easier. But this cagey old boy just stayed right there on the edge. 2 steps, and he'd be gone. I was going to have to call him long distance.
Got it. I got it. I knocked him. That's kind of our first shot. Yeah, he's done. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Right down to the wire. Let me. Oh, man. Can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a big old tom too. I always wait to the end, make sure everybody else is finished. And friends, good things do come to those who wait. Want to see a big turkey? I mean a big turkey? Oh, goodness.
Friends, as I walked out across the corner of the field, trying not to step on the new corn sprouts, I did think to myself, it has truly been another great season.
Come on, big boy.
That, friends, was a last-minute, come-from-behind, fourth-quarter touchdown win for the old guy. What a great bird. What a great last-second hunt. It actually started raining as I was packing that stuff out of the field. It was truly the last minute and a little bit of a miracle. If you get the chance, get out there. I had so much fun, and I want to thank again Kiffin and Rich Smalligan and Tom and Tommy and Mitchie Dewey for sharing their time with me. Spring turkey hunting, friends, is absolutely the best way to plug back into the outdoors after a long, cold winter. And if you know me, you know I love it. So who knows? You just might bump into me out there this year doing it. And if I do see you, well, you know I'm going to stop and share that cup and a fire. And if I don't see you out there, friends, well, then I promise I'll be right back here so we can share another adventure from my wilderness journal.